order. If the clerk can please call the roll.
Council Craig Cormier.
Present.
Council Harder.
Present.
And Councilor Tissone. Not here.
The only item we have on this agenda is an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Gardner, chapter 600, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, section 24, entitled Parking Prohibited on Certain Streets. This item was brought to us by the Traffic Commission. I've given, if you want a copy of the notes, T, I'm sure you have them somewhere. Item 10 under new business, Mr. Oliva has suggested making the whole length of the west side of Comey Street no parking and making no parking 30 feet from the stop sign on the east side from Pearl Street in a southerly direction. I've written that up as the ordinance as described. I will open this item for debate and discussion.
Yeah.
You may.
As the ward councilor involved for Comey Street, I have an interest in this, and as a resident of the area, I also have an interest in it. I've been traveling that particular road for the better part of 40 years, and it's never been an issue with parking on those streets until the last 5 years, I'd say, thereabouts. And what's developed is that for some reason or another, people have been parking on both sides of the street, and it's not a wide street. I think it's the minimum that's required, I think 50 feet, if I'm not mistaken, if it's that. There's no sidewalk on either side. All of the abutting properties are single-family homes. All of them have off-street parking, as far as I can tell. Some of them aren't actually, don't front on Comey Street. For example, one of them fronts on the corner, on Cherry Street, on the corner of Comey. The one at the corner on the east side, at the corner of Edgell and Comey, fronts on Lawrence Street. The house on the east side of, at the corner of Pearl and Comey, has off-street parking off of Pearl Street. And for some reason or other, there's been an accumulation of vehicles parked on both sides of Comey Street on a regular basis. As a result of that, there's barely one lane of travel through there when there's cars parked on both streets. And if they're not parked carefully, it blocks the street. It happened to me maybe a month ago. And it prompted me, I had to call police to I think they had the vehicle towed that was blocking that. Just, if you're not parked right up against the curb, it blocks the street if there's a vehicle parked on the other side. And given all of those circumstances, it seemed to me, I brought it to the attention of the deputy chief of the traffic commission and Dane Arnold, the highway director. And it was kind of ironic because he mentioned that it had been brought up at the traffic commission at its most recent meeting at the time that I called. And it had already been recommended by the traffic commission that it go to one side parking and then the restriction on the other side for a period of time. So I think it's warranted, and so I'm hopeful that it will be receive a favorable report from the safety committee and approval by the council. So if you have questions about it.
As a ward councilor, have you had any feedback from residents?
I have not. The only thing about it is that there is off-street parking for all of the abutting properties. Then the other one, both properties on both the north and south side of Cherry Street, front on Cherry Street, and have off-street parking, entering from Comey Street. And so it just seems, and with no sidewalks, there's a woman that lives right nearby, maybe right on Comey Street, in Patty's old house. Dr. David's old house, as I remember. And she walks dogs, she's a dog walker, and she's walking down the middle of the street, so that it creates problems for pedestrians as well. So I haven't received any feedback from, but I'm aware of it only because I drive that road at least once a day, sometimes many times. Access and egress from where I live. So I don't know if Josh should run into that at all.
Yeah, as a constituent of Ward 1 and a member of the Traffic Commission, I've seen the issue as well. I know we've talked about it at the Traffic Commission. Yeah, that area for some reason it's like that. Even Edgell, I think, is the next.
Edgell's going to be is a similar problem at the upper end.
Yeah, that's the next one that's going to come before the Traffic Commission, I think, as well. But you're looking at a public safety issue. If something happens, God forbid, on Comey Street and there's that one-way traffic, sometimes Councilor's right, you can't get through. So as a constituent of Ward 1, but also as a member of the Traffic Commission meeting, for Traffic Commission, I also support what Councilor is saying and what we've talked about with Traffic Commission. I think at this point it's a safety issue. So.
I have no questions. I think it's a great idea. A lot of our roads in Gardner are quite narrow, you know, and where I live, there's some issues there too, but that's another story. But I agree with everything you said, so I will support this.
I will say one of the options that are available is we could ask the chief and deputy chief to enact this for 60 days.
Right.
They have that power, and then have some, and put it before the council and hold it until we have any feedback that comes through.
The other thing I might add is that when there's vehicles parked on both sides of the street, there's vehicles parked on the street at all, it becomes an issue in the winter of plowing and particularly plowing. Even, unless there's a red alert parking ban.
I mean, I understand, you know, we've got a driveway that fits 3 cars, but it's more convenient to just put 1 in the driveway and 2 on the street.
Yeah. No,
rather than moving.
I think it's an issue of convenience for some people rather than necessity.
Well, I think especially on that corner too, because your choice is either park on Comey Street or to come in off of Lawrence Street, and sometimes leaving that driveway might be dangerous too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, Pearl Street, my fault. The entrance off of Pearl on that corner.
And that's one property.
Yeah. So that could be part of the issue too.
They have room to turn around up there though, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
That house is actually for sale as well. So.
Under agreement.
Oh, is under agreement?
Under agreement. That's what the sign said.
Are there any recommendations, motions?
I'll make a motion to send this to the Traffic Commission and to the council.
This came from the traffic commission.
I'm
Do you want to
sorry.
send it back?
No, I don't.
I think it's already been with the traffic.
Yes, I'd like to send this to the full council and with the stipulation of 60 days to see how that goes. I'm sure it will go wonderful.
Would that go with the council, or do you do that here?
I would say we will send it to the put it on the council agenda and hold it there.
Yeah,
Until we get some feedback. So we've got a motion from Councilor Hardern to recommend the ordinance to a full council for approval, with the stipulation that we will ask the chief of police to put this in a trial for 60 days so we can have feedback before we bring it to a vote.
Does that I'm sorry, does that automatically, after the 60 days, automatically go into effect?
No, I think it'd
Has to go back in front.
I think it'd have to go to 2 readings.
Okay, all right, thank you.
We would have to vote on it first. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Is there any new business?
Nope. Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Councilor Hardern to adjourn. I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Adjourn.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.